Hello, everyone. I am back. It is the final interview that I will be doing in this success series. It's been an absolute pleasure. So thank you for staying tuned into all of these interviews. And I promise this is the very last time you are going to hear this Stokey accent for a little while anyway. So I've got the most amazing person to bring on for you. She's one of my absolute favorite people in the world. So this is just going to be a joy. And I'm sorry for where it goes in advance because these conversations, especially with this person, could go absolutely anywhere. It is Jo Simpson.
You caveated that one right at the beginning.
It could go anywhere with me and Jo. It could go anywhere. Jo, thanks for coming on. I know it's been like a mad busy day for you, so this is very much appreciated.
Thank you for having me.
Do you want to, and I think everybody knows what you do and who you are, but do you want to give everybody a little bit of a lowdown anyway? Because everybody needs to know you.
Oh, I love that. Thank you, Abigail. Yes, so I'm Jo Simpson. I am an accountant and profit first strategist. I am based in Edinburgh. I have an accountancy and bookkeeping practice, but we cover the whole of the UK. We have grown, which we're going to be talking about quite substantially this year. But I've had my business now for just over 22 years. And now my passion is to teach more people how to make more money, basically. So I do a lot of that online as well.
So, mate, we're not going to have time to unpick 22 years. So we'll just sort of put it in a nutshell and say you have come into Lisa's life at a point in time and for a reason, and we'll have a talk about what that looks like. Yep. But before meeting Lisa, your business looked a certain way. So what was it like for you then? Because I want to look at, well, what are things like now in comparison?
Yeah. So obviously for me, for the business, I've been doing it pretty much on my own for 22 years. I'm very stubbornly on my own because I'm that person. And I think when you're used to being somebody who helps lots of other people, it's very difficult to take help in yourself. So my business was by all means very successful. We'd done really well. We had grown and I'd kind of gone the usual roller coaster ride over the years. And then last year, well, actually, when I first met Lisa, way before COVID, when she first came online, loved what she did. She was, to me, probably one of the only people online who was talking proper, I call it, Jojo always says I say it proper business, not just talking about the marketing side. She was talking about all aspects of business. And that really, really appealed to me. So yeah, last year, obviously, I've worked with Lisa for since 2020. I think it was the first, in fact, I think it was 2019. I bought my first program from her and I've done several things with her. And every time I just got more and more value with it. So this year was the year that I thought, right, I'm going all in on my business. I was actually going to do that last year, but my mum had been very ill for a long time and I knew we were going to lose her last year. So I decided that I couldn't go all in last year and unfortunately did lose my mum. So this year was always going to be about growth for me because, well, I haven't actually talked about this very publicly, but I made a promise to my mum because I sacrificed a lot of my business over the years for clients building their businesses and for myself because I was looking after my mum for a long time. So she made me promise that I would go all in on my business after she went, which is exactly what I did. And that was why I decided, right, Lisa's the person to help me with that this year.
Jo, I know how many people that is going to resonate with. And thanks so much for sharing that because I know that's like a really probably difficult thing to say. I actually talked about it myself yesterday, that when we have been in a carer role, whether that's looking after children or a parent or a relative, or it could even be a neighbour, whatever it is that you, when it sort of takes you out of your own life because you're taking care of somebody else's, that we have to be honest, mate, there is so much of yourself that you lose in that process as well. And that is exactly where I have been at over the last year. And so that's just really landed with me as well. So thank you for being honest.
Because and you have to change things, Abby, and you have to do things at certain times. My business, I'm not saying that everybody makes their business priority, but it hadn't been the priority. It was a vehicle for me to look after my mum and my dad. I still look after my dad now. He keeps reminding me daily that I'm meant to be still looking after him. But I'm like a woman out of jail now. I've got this freedom now doing it. But it is, you have to make those sacrifices. And I did for a very, very long time. You know, my kids are all growing up, but I made those sacrifices for my mum. And I'm so glad I did. And I wouldn't change that for anything. And I'm grateful for the clients that allowed me to run their businesses at the time, which I did for a very, very long time. So it all fit in last year that I thought, right, now is my time to grow my business.
So what's that look like? So I know that you went into DI, which is one of Lisa's masterminds, like the biggest, I suppose,
Yeah.
you can go into. What's it been like for the last year? Just
Yeah.
focusing on you.
Yeah, it's been brilliant, and it's actually really strange because I have my own mastermind, and I always think it's really strange going into somebody else's and seeing how they do it. I think because I knew Lisa well before this, and I'd always made an effort to get to know Lisa well, and particularly in the online space. And doing the business strategist course, I think was the final one for me. That was like, right, I really want to do DI. Like I say, I wanted to do it last year, and then I knew that that wasn't going to be possible. For me, it's given me that space and that focus to really focus on my business and my growth instead of being everybody else's. So it's kept me really, really focused on what I want to achieve. I'm an accountant. I teach people how to make money. I'd be ridiculous if I said that I didn't go in there with a financial goal, because I did. Mm-hmm. And I know there's a few people that go, everybody goes into things for different reasons. I went in there to keep me accountable. I'm not good at going to calls. I think I've been to 2. Maybe I'm not good, because there are always at times when I, as you know, I run a lot of calls myself, so it's always difficult. But the in-person things have been incredible for me. The connections that I've met in there have been incredible for me, and just really having people who are interested in my business instead of always me giving out what I can give out. But it's a two-way thing. You know, I've supported and helped a lot of people in there, and likewise them for me. But knowing that I've got Lisa there as the voice of reason, and you know, there's no. This might come out wrong, but there's no, Lisa is business. You know, she's the most caring and kindest person that I know, but she's also very, very business focused and tell me what I want to hear, not necessarily what you think you want to hear. But yeah, it's been brilliant. And in terms of the revenue, that was a big goal of mine when I invested in DI, because it is a substantial investment to make.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's not just the investment you make in that, it's the time as well, and the going on the trips, because you have to go all in. You have to go all in with it. There is absolutely no point joining it if you know, don't want to go away on the trips, or don't want to put the time in to do it. It's not, you know, Jojo's a magic godmother, fairy godmother. Lisa isn't. She can't wave a magic wand. You've got to do the work, and you've got to put the effort in. But I had a goal of increasing my revenue, and I had a very good revenue anyway, by 10 times my investment. So obviously I'm an accountant, I take the VAT out of it. So I wanted to be adding approximately 200,000 to my revenue this year, because of the way that we work. As long as we don't do anything wrong and we keep everybody happy, that should stay with us for as long as they're in business. So it's not just a 1 year thing, it's every year.
Absolutely. How incredible is that, mate? That is just
and I did that actually I thought I'd done it by August, but I did it by July. And then we've added another, big chunk on since then as well. So yeah, that's it. I mean, not without, you know, it's been a lot of work to do it. And as you know, I go to everything and I throw myself into everything. Relationships are the big thing for me. And DI, out of all of the programs that Lisa offers, it is all about those relationships. You know, she's got the time to get to know you. She knows everybody's business. She's always there, like 7 days a week on Slack. Like, she is there for you. You know, and that's for everybody, regardless of what your relationship is with her. And it's been nice to feel supported this year for doing that. And the events have been amazing as well. Can I just say?
The most amazing thing is that people that are working at your level, that have got a certain revenue, that are already established, have been able to go into DI. And there hasn't been anything at this sort of price point and income level that's just that little bit lower to support those that are not quite ready for DI, but want that similar kind of environment. So people that want the community of that mastermind type feel, but they still need a lot more learnings than you perhaps need right now. You've done a lot of the learning, you've gone into the implementation. They really value some accountability, and there's lots of different things to do with the mindset and the nervous system regulation, which you will have heard Lisa talking about as well. And so that's where Velocity has been born, to create something that is going to give a similar feel to what you've been through, but for people at a slightly different point in time in their business. And so I'm so excited that more people are now going to be able to receive that sort of love and care that you've had in your business, but just without sort of that DI price tag, because we know that that's a more substantial investment, right? And I think it's only fair that we say that on.
Yeah, and the other side of it, I've used the analogy that it's like sending your children to private school. you don't just pay the school fees, you know, you've got all the added travel costs. I live in Scotland, so very rarely is anything in Scotland. So all the travel costs, all the things on top of that. So it's a big investment for you as well, personally. And what I love about the Velocity Accelerator, I actually did Lisa's Level Up with Lisa, which was like her mini mind. I think I did 2020, 2021. It was probably the wrong level for me, but I knew I couldn't go all in with DI with the travel. That was the big reason, because of mum. So I did that. But what I love about Velocity, I've told, and you know, I've sent Lisa lots of messages on this. It's the bespoke part of it. That's what you get in DI. And I know I do that for in my mastermind, and it works really well. And for this, I just think it's really good. Doesn't matter what part of your journey you're on, even if you're at the beginning, you know, you're going to get that bespoke path laid out for you, however that looks. And I just think that is absolutely crucial, particularly a big topic of Lisa and I's chats are what's going to happen in 2025, what things are changing. And it is that bespoke service that people are going to get. And for this price point, it is incredible. It's absolutely incredible. And they're done for you, like everything about it. I just absolutely love the nervous system. So like that's my focus for next year. It won't surprise anybody to know my liver is taking a bit of a battering this year, and my party lifestyle.
I'm mine.
So next year is really a big part, has been focusing on me. And I'm fascinated by the nervous system regulation. I've seen, you know, you've got the amazing Natalie, you've got Georgie doing that. So for now, there's some amazing people and others that are going to be doing it.
There is, and I think you've touched on something that's actually really important. Until you said it out loud, I hadn't actually given it any thought. The fact that some people might be looking towards something like DI, but not be ready or able to do the like the travel elements, the fact that there's tips and things included, that might not feel that they're getting the full DI experience if they can't throw themselves into those bits. So therefore, this might be absolutely perfect. And I don't know, like, have a chat with Lisa, see, you know, definitely see if she thinks it's right for you, to see if she thinks it's the right level. But that, you know, that's somebody like me. I can't commit to doing that kind of travel with the little ones. And I know that other people are out there with these bigger businesses, and you know, they want to grow, they want to do well. It's just that they can't always do the same in-person stuff. So I think this would be a really good option.
And what I love about it is you learn from, you know, I always say there's nobody at any particular level. I mean, you know, the revenue number thing is, you know, six-figure, multi-six, you know, all of that. That's never, ever bothered me. And I think you learn from other people as well. So what I love about this is that you can still go into this, even if you are at the seven-figure or the higher figure, you're going to get that support, and you're going to learn from other people. I mean, I learn every day. I mean, I've got some people in my mastermind which have just started business, and I'm learning for them because they're doing all the things that I didn't do 22 years ago, mainly because there wasn't that available. We barely had the internet, no mind anything else when I started. So there's so many opportunities for the people. And I love the fact it's bespoke, and that the team of people that Lisa's brought in to support everybody, because you get that in DI as well. You get access to the whole team. But with this, you know, you're bringing in these experts. I mean, there's a lot of people that couldn't, you know, afford or want to just work with each of these individually, like Georgie or somebody like that. You know, where you're going to get access to all these people for an amazing price point. And I said to Lisa when she told me about it, it's like, this is just, it's going to be spot on, and it's what people need. And you, like you say, not everybody can do the commitment. DI is a big commitment. You know, it is a big financial commitment, even if you are earning the bigger, you know, the higher levels. We've got, you know, and that can be, you know, it's so for this, so the price point for this is just incredible. I just think it's so good, and the bespoke bit and the coaches and the support that people are going to get is going to be incredible.
Do you know what else I think as well, Jo? That no matter where you are in your business, going into an environment like this, there are always so many different people to learn from, whether they are earning more than you or earning less than you. It kind of doesn't matter, because we're all a specialist in something, right? We're all an expert in something. We all know more about something than another person, regardless of what we're earning. And so when I've been into these environments before, no matter if I'm earning more than them or if I'm earning less than them, I learn so much from every other person in the group. And I think that that's really special. And I'm glad that that's kind of, I know Lisa isn't calling it a mastermind, but there is that kind of mastermind element to it, because I do think that helps move on. Definitely. It
does. And having other people in it is absolutely, I mean, I've when I first went in the online space in 2016, when I first went onto it, I thought I need to get a coach, because everybody needs to get a coach. And I realized I'm uncoachable. hence the reason I'm not employable either. I'm not very good at being coached, and I couldn't find anybody that would actually take me to the next level. But then I discovered sort of group programs, or having other people, having that community, and that is my secret sauce. That's what works really, really well for me. I love to be able to give to people. I love to be able to give my advice, and then I can get that back as well. It just works so well, and having that support with all of that in there, it's absolutely brilliant.
I love that. Jo, thank you so much. Thank you for giving up some time today. I know that you're super, super busy. And thank you for all the wonderful things that you have said. I'm wishing you every continued success for 2025, Mace. It's going to be amazing.
Very much. And you too.
Right then, everybody, as this is our final interview for Velocity, I just want to say, it's going to be absolutely incredible. It's going to be a life-changing 9 months. And I am wishing every single person that's already jumped in every success with it. I can't wait to see what unfolds on the other side. And if you're still taking a look, you've not got long left to make a decision. So I urge that you reach out to Lisa, reach out to any of the team, speak to us, find out why this could be absolutely amazing for you. And then hopefully this time next year, or maybe before, we'll be having this conversation and I'll be sharing about your wins and your success stories. Right then, everybody, thank you so much. Bye.